Having its global debut here at Miami is the Riviera 58 Sport Motor Yacht. Now it's based on the 585 SUV. As you can see with this one, you get the enclosed flybridge, and this boat is the essence of Riviera. It really is what they're known for, what they do best, and you have that nice mix of very fishing focused here on deck, but inside it's very comfortable and very luxurious. It's a tool, but it's a $3.5 million luxurious tool. Can't wait to show you around. Let's go. I'm Jack Haines, welcome to YachtBuyer. Before we get into the tour though, if you haven't done it yet, please subscribe, hit the button, hit the bell icon so you're notified every time we upload a new tour and you'll never miss one ever again. Let's get on with it. Doesn't take long to notice the fishing focus on board this model. You've probably spotted the huge outriggers clamped to the side of the superstructure, and this lower part of the cockpit is very focused around water sports and fishing. It's peppered with rod holders. You've got access both sides through twin boarding gates. We've got a hydraulic bathing platform here as well, so this drops down into the water, and you can see these railings. You can dot these around this area however you want to use it. You can slot them over there, you can remove them completely, or you can have a full barrier across the back if you want a little bit more safety. But it's very easy to move around this area, very sort of shallow lip between this deck and into the cockpit, and this is just open space. You really get the benefit of the beam here. I've mentioned the rod holders. You've got your live bait well here as well, with a window in it and lighting, so you can see what your bait's up to in there, but there's just lots of space. So you've got people fishing back here, they're not going to be knocking into each other, and everyone's got somewhere they can place their rod really easily. Huge amounts of storage in the deck as well. Obviously storing kit is very important if you're going to be doing some serious fishing, and that's all very easy to access both sides here and underneath my feet as well. And of course, once you've caught your fish, you've got to prepare them, haven't you? So you've got a chopping board over here, we've got a fridge down here, we've got a big cooler, and this is going to be a theme. Just look at the thickness of these mouldings. This is a high quality machine. It's an expensive machine, but you can feel that quality throughout, even with things like locker lids, these rails here. It's all very, very robust. And something else I like, this being an IPS boat, we have got joysticks on both sides. So there's one tucked in there, and then over here on this side we have the grill. I talked about preparing your fish. Well, you've got a double grill here and a sink, a bit of storage underneath, and then this side we have another joystick, and that's great. Having these on both sides, that is a real luxury. Depending on what mooring you're coming into, you've got full control here from the joystick. Obviously a fabulous view aft, and I can see right forward as well, but to have that on both sides, that is a nice touch. Let's head forward. The engineering is very impressive, like these fabulous stainless steel outriggers, but there's also some great detail that just makes using the boat very easy. For example, all of your fillers for the diesel tanks, there's 4,500 litre capacity on this boat, are all here on the same side. You've got the fillers here, but you've also got tank levels as well, so you can see from outside how much fuel is in each tank. Really useful. Just means you have to run up to the helm to check how full the tanks are. I really like that sort of detail. And it's a very safe boat to move around on. Good high guardrails, lovely big tow rails as well. You can see you've got LED lighting running around, so you've got some low level lighting at night. And something that's carried over from the SUV is the side door. And you know, we always like to see these. There's no helm on this deck here, as we'll see in a moment, but having access from the side door and also the back end of the boat just makes the flow a lot easier, and it makes it a lot quicker to head onto the deck if you want to from inside the saloon. And then coming forward, what separates this from something like, say, a Viking, which is a bit more fishing focused, let's be honest, they are true sports fishers, is that you have this living space up here on the foredeck. But again, it's very practical. You've got lovely big storage bins here, both sides. This is full of fenders and covers at the moment, and I really like how easy they are to use. That sounds silly, it's only a locker, but you just have to lift one clip, gas ram, up it goes. It's all lined and drained as well, so you can put wet things in there and you know they're going to drain off. It's all beautifully sealed. It's such an easy boat to move around on, to use and to crew. These are owner-run boats generally, so it's very important that that is very easy, and it certainly is. Talk about tender storage. Well, you can probably see how that is done. We've got a 350 kilogram crane. Over here you can lift the tender onto here, chocks go onto this section here. Obviously you remove the table and you can carry your tender up here on the bow, hence why you've got this big wide space. It's a comfortable living space as well though. You've got seating on both sides, there's storage underneath those as well. I like you've got backrest too. Sofa running underneath the windscreen here, the little table, as I've mentioned. Got a repeater for the sound system up here so you can control music from up in this area. And there's also slots in the deck to put poles and a canopy if you want a bit of shade up here as well. And I've talked about the practicalities of running this boat and how easy that is, and that of course extends to this area here. We've got the mooring gear here, the ground tackle. Notice how there's a little well here, so any muck coming off from the anchor roller doesn't spread into the rest of the deck. It's also kept in this area here. Access to all of this equipment is really good, and much like in the foredeck there, getting into the storage is easy. One hand pops up on a gas ram, nice and deep, so you can drop the fenders in there, and you've got line clips as well, so you don't lose the tails of the fenders right to the bottom of that locker as well. It's really sensible stuff. Let's head inside. From here on in, it all feels very similar to the 585 SUV, apart from one key difference, which we'll get to in a moment, but it carries over this great arrangement, this mezzanine cockpit where you have this raised sitting area away from all the fishing and splashing that's going on down there, but it's a lovely outdoor seating space. It's well protected by this overhang. You can fully enclose it with covers as well. You've got this lovely big table where we begin to get an idea of the quality of the woodwork on board a Riviera. Much more of that inside, but it is absolutely lovely. You've got these two stools as well that you can drag around to create more space around this table for people to sit and dine, and underneath my feet is a huge hatch that leads down into the engine room, but we're going to go into that in loads more detail later on in the video. And they've even managed to fit a TV up here, which is quite nice. You can watch a bit of TV while in this area, but now I think we should head inside. The quality in here, and specifically the woodwork, is what stands out immediately. This is the gloss walnut. You can have a few different wood choices, including an oak in gloss and satin, but I think this looks really, really lovely. And the integration of the staircase, the only way you can get up to the top deck, is absolutely lovely. And I love the fact that there's no wasted space down here. All of this cooling space down here is integrated underneath the staircase here, and there is lots of cooling space. This is a boat designed to be lived on board, as you can probably tell from this galley arrangement. Cooling space is a priority, and there is plenty of it on board this boat. And I do love this arrangement here. It feels very home from home. You've got this big pop-up window here that fires open on a gas strut, so you can connect these two areas really well, but there's lots of floor space in this galley. It's U-shaped as well, so you can wedge yourself in. It's not got fiddles on the tops, but it has got runners, so at least liquids can't run off. You've got a nice big dishwasher down here. Lots of storage over on this side, induction cooking. Yeah, it feels like a proper kitchen, not just a galley on a boat. And you have the C-zone system as well, so you have full control of all of the boat systems from here and both helm stations. But importantly, this is a great spot to have this, so you can control everything really easily from just inside the saloon here. Moving forward, we get onto the big difference between this and the SUV, and that is because there's no lower helm, you have this extra seating area, which creates a much more sociable arrangement. You have this area on the 585, it's a bit smaller, but it's this that makes it feel more like a room than just an area on a boat. And I love this table as a focal point. It is very nicely finished, but it's also practical because it folds open, so you can make it much, much larger. This is a movable footstool as well. You can also use it as a seat, and I like that they've got this little cover on it as well, so you can put drinks and snacks and move that around the boat and just slot it down there like that. When you open this up, you've got the handhold revealed. These are all over the place. These leather wrapped stainless steel handholds are all over this area, specifically over my head. It's great to have one running the full length of the saloon, no matter where you are. If you dodge a bit out at sea, you can grab it really, really easily. The television is down here. It's a pop-up one. Hit the button, up it comes, and it's in a really good position for most of the people seated in this area to see it very easily. It's a boat where there's not a penalty to be inside. If the weather's not great, you would love coming in here on a cold, rainy night. Very comfortable, very welcoming and warm. It's a lovely, lovely space. And I talked about the lack of a helm station down here. That's because it's on the top deck. So let's head up there. Now this is the only passageway up the top deck. There is not a way to get upstairs from outside, but it's a very easy way to move up here, and you can actually close this off with a pair of hatches. So if you want to secure this area, make sure kids can't go down there when the boat's moving along, you can do that really quite easily. Nice seating area up here as well, opposite a television that's mounted quite nice into that dresser over there. There's a fridge up here as well, and a little bit more seating so that people can socialise there, but also it's a good spot to sit when the boat's moving along. But it's not as good as this place. This is where you want to sit when the boat's moving along. It is such a commanding driving position. You sit so high. These chairs are fabulous, fully electric adjustable, up, down, in and out. Even here, I haven't really adjusted it yet, and I can just see the bow, so you can sit back with the throttles right under your hands. The wheel is adjustable as well. These do bolster, so if you want to stand and drive, you can do that, but the view from this elevated seating position, that is what is so good about the enclosed flybridge design. I know what you're thinking, it could get quite hot. Well, obviously air conditioning is standard, but when you're moving along, you have manual windows on both sides, and there's an electric sunroof which you can open up, so you can get some breeze running through here if you want to. But what a great driving position. I love the helm station. You've got a flash of the gloss walnut here, but everything else is nice and dark, so there isn't too much glare. 3 big Garmin screens in front of you for navigation and radar. Let's talk about performance, because that's an important part of what Riviera does with their boats. Offshore performance specifically. It's got a 4,500 litre fuel capacity as standard, as I mentioned, but you can boost that to nearly 5,500 litres. And with that capacity at 25 knots, you'll cover over 430 nautical miles. And to put that into context, that means you go from here in Miami to the Bahamas and back with fuel to spare. And if you drop it down to do a bit of fishing, a bit of trawling, and you're doing 8 knots, something like that, then you've got a range of over 1,000 nautical miles. So there's a huge amount of flexibility. And even at the 31 knot top speed, you're still going to get over 400 nautical miles of range. It really is a boat designed to go places fast, and through pretty much any weather. But then when you stop, you can of course enjoy the deck spaces up here as well. You've got this internal living area, but crucially you've got a little bit more deck space here, and it actually opens up really nicely. Like downstairs, you've got this window, so that just pops up like that, clips up to the ceiling, and then we have the sliding door here. So in a matter of seconds, you've suddenly combined these 2 living areas really easily. And this isn't an enormous space, it's quite a short overhang, but actually they've populated it with all you need to have fun up here. You've got another nice big table. This is nice because you've got the sort of lines of teak, almost fake caulking in here. I think that looks really smart out here. But again, it opens up and it's a decent size with cup holders in the middle as well. Fold it back over, and again, you've got the nice exposed handrail. Another wet bar here. There isn't a grill up on this version. I wonder if that's an option, but you have got a fridge. And again, can you just see the chunkiness of this moulding? That is just a fridge top. Gives you an idea of the depth of engineering on these things, but there's a nice deep cooler there so you can keep your beers nice and cold. And something I really like to see is another control station back here. We've got the 2 joysticks downstairs, we've got one at the helm, but to have one here is great. If someone's fighting a fish, you want to back down onto it, or you just want to be able to control the boat while people are fishing from a really good elevated view where you can see forward and you can see what they're doing in the cockpit, this is great. And of course, if you're mooring, you want to be again elevated with a great all-round view, this is a great place to do it from. Let's head downstairs to the accommodation. Right then, this is identical to the 585 SUV down here. That means you get 3 cabins. We've got a twin guest on the port side here. That isn't en suite, but it is just across the lobby from this dayhead here. Right forward you have the VIP. This is a very nice space. Again, detailing, lovely. This is the door to close off the cabin. Just see how that goes flush here, so you don't even really notice the door is there. Just pushes it back as well so you don't catch your hips on the door handle as you come in and out, and they're nice wide doorways as well. And the theme of storage continues down here as well, because you've got a nice big double hanging wardrobe here, single one over on that side, loads of storage underneath the bed and at eye level, and this cabin does have a private ensuite around the corner as well. And if we head amidships, we find the owner's suite. This is the head here on the starboard side, and they've quite cleverly used a pocket door just so this isn't gobbling up space inside the ensuite. You can see there's space for a separate shower cubicle. Headroom throughout is really very good as well, even though there's a step up into it. And I like this little area as well, a little coffee making area. You can see they've got the coffee machine set up here, so you can just make a quick coffee in the morning without having to go up to the galley. And there's the perfect place to enjoy that coffee as well, because over on the port side, I really like that little breakfast dinette. It's also a bureau, somewhere to do makeup, that sort of thing, but that's really nicely integrated right next to the hull window as well. Over on this side, we have yet more storage and a nice big bed as well. Talked about this home from home vibe throughout this boat, but it does feel very homely down here, especially this lovely large bed, nice bedside tables, lots of storage as well, and the TV mounted perfectly on the bulkhead over there. But there is more, because if we head aft through this door here, we have a walk-in wardrobe, not something you expect to see on the 60-footers, but that is a very nice addition, as is this utility space, and this is set up as a utility space on this boat. You can have an extra berth here, whether that's for guests or maybe the odd member of crew, but obviously this is very much a utility space with the washer dryer down here, storage over there, and you've got rod holders up on this bulkhead as well, so you can collapse your rods and keep them up here safely tucked away. Sink and storage as well. It's a very, very useful space. And look at the headroom here. If you don't know, I'm 6 foot tall, and you can see I've still got plenty of space above my head, and then through this watertight door we're into the engine room. Look at the space in here. For a boat of this size, this is a remarkable machinery space. It is so neat and tidy and spacious. I can stand up in here okay without having to stoop my head, and this incidentally is the hatch in the deck that we saw earlier. So if you need to get down here quickly from the cockpit, this is where you do. You can see the ladder here, but it's just the amount of open space around these engines. These IPS 1350s are not small blocks, 1,000 horsepower each side, and there's loads of space to inspect them, above them, around them. You've got good access to the pods as well, and they're on little jack shafts as well, just to keep the engines that bit further forward to make sure the weight balance is as good as possible. And access to all the ancillaries is excellent. We've got Humphreys stabiliser fins on this boat. You can see those very easy accessed down on either side. We've got double fuel filters for each tank as well, with glass bowls, so you can inspect the fuel by eye, switch them over on the go if one gets blocked. It's all very easy to do. All the pipe work is beautifully arranged. It's a very, very impressive, high quality machinery space. Thank you for watching that tour. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please hit that like button. We'd really appreciate it. And if you want to watch my tour of the boat that this is based on, the 585 SUV, I'll put that up here. If you want to watch some sea trials, I'll pop those down there. And if you would like to subscribe to the channel, which we'd really appreciate, you can click up here. Thanks again for watching. I'm Jack Haines. This is YachtBuyer.